Hey everyone, it's Zach with Palantir Research. Germany has been tough on Palantir recently, but there are still new opportunities actually for Palantir to expand its footprint in the country among some German states. But looking at the stock briefly first this morning, Palantir had dropped below $16 quickly for a second, and we're still seeing the stock fight this $16 for support. So let me know down below your thoughts on the recent price action that Palantir has experienced in opening up 2024. Now, news-wise, a news organization ran basically a mass inquiry on different states in Germany to see what their plans are for Palantir, or at least analysis software for their policing. Apparently, most refused, but surprisingly, there are some opportunities still for Palantir to expand. Now, the main controversy around Palantir is that the federal courts basically restricted its widespread use across all German states, which would have been huge in unifying their investigative data on criminals, especially when crossing multiple state borders. But essentially, the data protection and usage was put into question. So there have been regulatory additions like labeling to ensure controls are in place, but also just the fear of putting profiles together on those who are not criminals, since you are essentially able to do so when tying so much data together to create a picture creates a legal gray area. And then they got to put together their description of Palantir for the everyday folks, but this article does a pretty good job not being too political or hyperbolic on Palantir being a bad company, and just points out the criticisms and connections there. So pretty good giving context for newer audiences, since it gives the current state of Palantir in Germany, which is supplying the police forces out in Hesse, NRW, and Bavaria with Gotham. Now, the juiciest part is how Palantir could be deployed in the future. And from their inquiries, a lot of states basically said no plans or no consideration whatsoever. But first, we get an unable to announce from Saxony-Anhalt, which is not a no to me. But more intriguing, coming up first is Berlin, which is, as quoted, currently examining the options for the future use of software for automated data analysis and evaluation too. And apparently, they are trying this out with the Bavarian solution, which is using Palantir. I mean, why not leverage the work done from others before, right? That makes sense. Hopefully this works out for Palantir in the end and can get implemented out in Berlin, which would be a major state to partner with. Then we've got Baden-Württemberg, which I probably mispronounced badly, but they are also determining whether they could join the Bavarian police solution. And then Thuringia is still open to take part with Bavaria too. And then they just close out the article here on the current work that Palantir does with Bavaria, NRW, and Hesse. So my thoughts on all this is that Palantir, even though Karp has vented his frustrations out on an earnings call with Germany, as well as France too on the side there, but also these articles basically saying that they're blocking Palantir for easier expansion came out, it looks like the opportunities to work with the police forces are not completely shut dead by the states. And this is on a state-by-state basis, just so you know. So as noted, there are still opportunities to expand, but obviously there will be more legal hurdles as time goes on. But if Palantir can get through this dark period in Germany, it doesn't mean laws can't change in the future to allow them to actually expand Vera across the country. And maybe Palantir could modify their product as well to meet maybe some legal manner that they want to set up. But who knows? It's still a bright spot to me to see if Palantir gets this opportunity amongst these different allies within the country and is not as friendly to them. So it means that Palantir has the possibility to overcome these obstacles in the future. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.